this video is going to be about our tax prep page. It's going to help you determine what you need to report on your taxes each year. It's in the third menu item on the left-hand side of the screen, and once you click it, you can actually see we provide the last 5 years of tax information for you to use if need be. By default, when you click it, it immediately opens up to the current year. The top left card, capital gains, shows you what you've earned by the bot. In this case, short-term earnings, things that happened in less than 1 year, you holding the coin for less than a year. In the case of our service, you'll likely never have a long-term value that you owe, and that's because we hope to get orders opened and closed within a day. If for some reason you have a coin that DCA 12'd, you had stop loss off and you didn't manually stop loss it, and it went beyond owning for 1 year, long-term value would appear there. But again, you'll likely never see one there unless that happens. On the right-hand side, we have transaction history. This is a list of all deposits and withdrawals you've made to your Coinbase Pro account. Each of them have a classification, and the classification is used for determining your tax requirements or your needs for reporting. You can see here, I added Bitcoin to my account, but we're going to act as though I actually mined this Bitcoin by selecting the edit button next to the classification where it's listed as not assigned right now. I'm going to list it as mining. Once I save it, you can see the taxable income box below now includes $19.78, because at the time of me adding it to my account, this amount of Bitcoin was this much money in US dollars. So you would actually have to report this taxable income on your account, as mining currently, legally, is a taxable income. It's also important to note that we only pull withdrawals and deposits in once a day at midnight UTC. We do that because this pull process actually leverages the same API the bot uses to perform its actions on the back end, buying and selling coin. If we checked it routinely, it would take up a spot and potentially lose a buy or a sell option because it was too busy pulling withdrawal and deposit information. The taxes page is pretty straightforward. Again, this is only used as guidance. You should definitely run your own numbers through your tax advisor. We will do our best to update based on tax laws that come out, the numbers that are defined here, as they're changed, based currently in the United States, but eventually we'll be adding other country tax codes to the list as well. When new deposits and withdrawals are added, be sure to manually modify them so that all of the chart information is updated at least before tax time, so you have a true number or a value associated with your tax gains. It's also important to note that any trade you do manually on the exchange, for example in my last video when I just explained the balances page, I had purchased myself manually SHIB and Mana. Those buys and sells, if I bought it at one price and sold it for a profit, will not be reflected in here because these are only related to bot transactions.